Hello everyone, I just want to talk about how I got my first client in this video, because I feel like that's quite an interesting topic what will actually help other people out who are yet to get a client. So, I just want to talk about how I actually got my first client in RPG or growth, summit, growth operation, whatever people's been calling it these days, because I know it's been getting loads of names, so, I just want to talk about how I actually got my first client, okay? So obviously, when I first started and stuff, I did a shitload of outreach, more outreach than probably the average. I don't know if it's more than the average person because I've been looking in my own Telegram and people's only been doing 20 a day to up to 50. So I feel like my outreach was kind of more than the average person. I'm not saying it's elite level or the best, but it was definitely more than the average person because the people in my Telegram just weren't, from what I know, they're not outreaching as much as they should be or what they could be. So anyways, back to the story. I outreached for 100 times per day, so I sent out 100 messages and about 50 emails a day or something like that. And that's how I was managed to get as many meetings as I was getting, okay. I was getting, I don't know, sometimes I was booking 2 to 3 meetings per day, so that's how many meetings a week if you do it 21, it's 21 meetings per week or 14 to 21. That's what I was booking per week, per day, 2 to 3 meetings if I was getting lucky, if I was doing the outreach, if I was meeting my criteria of 100 messages and however many emails per day. And what I've learned is that messages are a lot easier than emails because, I don't know, you're reaching out to a singular person, you're not reaching out to a big company, so I feel like more people look at the messages than the emails. It's easy to connect with them and pitch an offer like this, so, in my personal experience, messages work better for me, so try messages, try email, try it all. But back on it, so obviously I've done my outreach, I've got my I've got my meetings booked, sorry, and I think it was my fourth meeting, yeah, I think it was my third or fourth meeting where I actually got my clients, so I had a few meetings before that, I don't know, they were just small little ones from TikTok influencers and all that stuff. Just a few small people who, I had meetings with it. It did go well, they did like me offer, but they weren't willing to pay the price, which is obviously a big objection. That's something what you can't really change. So, I think the original offer was something like $500 or something like that, setup fee, then 35% rev share, something like that. And they didn't like that because I had no past experience. I'm going to talk about objections in another video, probably the one straight after this, objections and stuff, because that's quite a thing. I had loads of objections in my early meetings, in my first 1 to 3. I still get them now if I'm on a meeting. I'll still get objections now because objections are everywhere, objections are everything. So, you've got to learn how to counter them slowly. I'll tell you all my issues and my objections, what I had in another video. But like I say, it was on my fourth meeting that I actually got my client, so I actually had an objection on the first meeting with him. So we had a meeting that was about 20 to 30 minutes long, okay, and he loved the idea that he could create a community for his followers, his community, his fan base, whatever. He loved the idea of a peer community, but he wasn't that fond of a product, a course. So I was like, alright then, I'll create a course, a community for you, then we'll go from there. So that's kind of how it went. That was my first meeting. Then he was like, oh, okay, so can you just send me a Google Doc over this and get on, so I can see the details, which is obviously an objection. Because when you're in a sales meeting, you want to close them, you want to get a payment from them on that same meeting, which obviously I wasn't able to do. So as the meeting went by, I sent them as the meeting went, I sent them the Google Doc with, all the details, the upfront fee, the rev share, what I'm going to be doing, how I'm going to be doing and all that stuff. I sent him a Google Doc and that, and he just wasn't replying for a week or two. Then eventually I got the reply and we booked a meeting. I was like, okay mate, so just before we go on this meeting, I'm going to need a payment from you, just to not waste my time and waste his, because, I wanted the money. So I offered to him a 250 upfront plus 40% rev share. And I think it was an hour before the meeting. I was like, hello mate, our meeting's in an hour, you still wanted to do this? If so, send me the payment, I've sent you an invoice. Then I actually received the invoice in, obviously, my Stripe account or my email. And I was like, oh, right, okay, sound. So that's how I signed my client. There was huge objections, and I know I didn't get the payment on the first meeting, which is obviously, it's not the best because the client's not a client until you've got the payment, until, you've actually got them on board. So, I didn't class him as my client in the first meeting, although he was 100% sure with going through with this idea. But, it's just, you've got to get that payment on the first call, because like most of the times they're like, oh, send us a Google Doc, then they'll just never reply to you ever again. So, you know, try get the payment on the first ones. Well, I've definitely learnt. Of course, it is a lot harder sometimes because some people do just want to look over it, but there's obviously other ways to come across that, which I'll cover in another video. I'll talk about objections like I've said a million times. But that was kind of just like how I got my first client, really. It was a lot of shambles, really, you know. I'm trying to think, like, it was just one meeting where I went on it. He was like, oh, I love this idea, can you send us a Google Doc on it? Which I was like, oh, fuck's sake, oh, shit. Like, because you just need to get the payment in the first one. But like, you just don't understand, sometimes people do just want to see a Google Doc. However, it may not be the way you like it. You've still just got to spam them constantly, you've got to follow up constantly. That's what I was doing. So if he didn't reply to one message within like a few hours, I'm like, hello Amelia, you still wanting this, blah blah blah. I was just constantly following up. I spammed him. At one point I messaged him like, hello mate, I hate to be the type of person to spam you, but I need this payment if you want to go through with this call. And that's when I actually got the payment, because he wanted to go through with this call. He wanted this opportunity because, you know, he said he's always looked into it, but he never had that person to do it, or he never knew how to. And it was me who came along. I was the one who got to him first. I was the one who gave him a good offer. I pitched him the offer what I wanted to give him, and it obviously worked out well because I got the money from him, plus the rev share, and we're working now. So that's worked quite a lot. So that's just the story of like how I got my first client. Of course, there will be many more to come, I'm pretty sure. I just want to get a YouTube video out there because I haven't uploaded in a while, and you know, it's kind of, I'm lacking, and I don't need to be, because that's not how it works, unfortunately. But that's all for this video. I'm going to make an objections video right after this one. Then I'm going to make another one as well, which, you know, it's just something what's playing on my mind, so I've got to make it, you know, just get it out there. But that's all. Please join the Discord. If you're in the Telegram, join the Discord, because that's going to be a lot easier for you. I'm actually going to join calls and stuff. I'll actually speak to you one-to-one or in groups. So please join that, because that's a lot easier. Follow me on Instagram. Still go on the Telegram, because, you know, there's loads of people speaking in there every day. But that's all. See you later.